everyone, and welcome. My name is Robin, and this is Knotting Hook Crochet. And today we are going to work on this mosaic overlay pattern. And in this example, I used sugar wheel cotton self-striping yarn by Yarn Bee, and then a black cotton. But for our demonstration today, our tutorial, we're just going to use some black and pink Premier Basics and go from there. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so you're going to start off by chaining 45. The pattern repeat is 42, but we do 45. One of the plus 3 is your turning chain, and the other 2 are your border stitches. So I have gone ahead and done my chain of 45 and my return row of single crochet, and then my second row, because they were just straight across, nothing fancy. The whole thing is just single crochet straight across. But the second row, it's all back loop. Now your very first, your border stitch, and your very last border stitch, you go through both, go under both loops and do a regular single crochet. In between those, you're working in the back loop only, and then when you do a double crochet, you're going to come down to the same color 2 rows below, and you're going to use the front loop that you didn't use in the previous rows. So we're starting with row 3. Now you can pause the video if you want to do this crochet along with me, and chain 45, do a row of single, and change colors and do your second row in the back loop only, except for the 2 border stitches. We don't turn our work. Okay? So starting with row 3, we're going to do 5 double crochets by dropping down to the same color row below. So 2 rows down. So you're going to yarn over, go underneath that front loop, pull your yarn through, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. And we're going to do that 5 times. That's 4, so I need 1 more. Okay, so I have 5. And now I got to look at my trusty little chart here. We're going to do 11 back loop only single crochets. But we want to make sure that we leave the 5 stitches behind our doubles empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my 6th one. I'm going to go my back loop, and I'm going to do 11 back loop only single crochets. That's 2. Okay, 11. Let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Very good. And now we're going to do double crochets, 10 double crochets. Drop down to your front loop. Go from underneath. And we're going to do 10. And 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to leave our 10 stitches empty behind it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do 11 single crochets. Back loop only, so that was 1. And that's 11, I think. Let's make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we want 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 double crochets by coming down to the same color row below and going underneath. Don't do it from the top. Don't go that way. Go underneath. And our very last stitch is our border stitch. So we're going to go under both parts of that V and do a regular single crochet. And then we're going to fasten off and cut. And then you should look like this. Whatever you do to the right, you're going to do to the left. And if you're right-handed, you're always going to work from the right to the left. If you're left-handed, you're going to work from the left to the right. But the stitch counts will be the same going from either direction. So now we go back to our other color. So we got my pink is my color A and my black is my color B. So we're going back to color B and we're going to do row 4, which is a very simple row. We're going to do our border stitch by anchoring on. I did a slip knot around my hook, and that is like doing a standing single crochet. And you can anchor on any way you like. You can do the chain stitch and then go back into the same spot, what have you. So now you're going to do 42 back loop only single crochets all the way across until you get to the very last stitch, which will be your border stitch, and then you do a single crochet by going underneath both loops of the V. Okay, so we're almost at the end. We have just a few more back loop only singles to do. And then my very last stitch, I'm going underneath both. You can see that better with the pink. And I'm going to do a regular single crochet. And then we're going to fasten off and cut. So it should look like this now. And we're going to move on to our color A, which is my pink. Slip knot. I'm going to fasten on with my standing single crochet. And row 5, we're going to do 3 double crochets to start off with. Okay, so we yarn over and we come down. We're going to do 3. It's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to make sure we leave 3 empty stitches behind there. And we're going to do 15 back loop only single crochets. That's 2. Okay, so I did 15 singles. Now we need 6 double crochets. So we drop down to the pink row below. And we do 6 double crochets. Okay, make sure I have 6 empty spots behind. It's hard to see with the black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so same as we did on this side over here, we're going to do 15 single crochets, back loop only. Boy, I can't tell you how nice it is to work with a yarn that you're not fighting with. This is actually my second attempt at filming this tutorial for you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one, first off, I didn't like my color choices. And it just looked awful. And so I kind of was 2D about that. And then, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to do 5 doubles. Same thing we did at the beginning over here. So I didn't like my colors, and I was 2D about that. And then when I went to work with the gray color that I had, the yarn was awful. I was just struggling with it. And it's no secret, Red Heart Super Saver is not my favorite yarn at all. Not to say anything bad about it. Some people like it. I just do not like it. Especially after having the opportunity to work with such nicer yarns. Okay, so we did 5. And now our very last stitch is our border stitch, which is a single crochet under both loops. And then we're going to fasten off. So after about 2 hours of fighting the yarn and being halfway through, I go to preview some of the video and my hands were like way out of frame. So I had John make a table for me so that I'm not having to stretch across the table and then I can't see what I'm doing. And when I move my hands to see what I'm doing, then you guys can't see what I'm doing. So hopefully, this is my first time using it. Hopefully this is going to work out much better for for all of us. All right, so we're getting our color B, which just happens to be my black. And we're going to fasten on. And this is row 6. So we are going to start off with 3 back loop only single crochets. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet. And then 13 single crochets. We're making sure we leave that empty behind there. If we accidentally use it, it will throw the whole pattern off. And you'll be ripping out rows. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this table that John made for me, I bought like one of those like sofa tables that sits behind a sofa a long time ago. I picked it up at the thrift store for like $7. And I really liked it, but I had nowhere to put it in my house because that would mean I needed a floating couch. And nobody in my house is named Grace. If you have a floating couch, it moves around the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so it was just stuck out up in the rafters in the garage. So I had him cut the overhang off of one side to make it thinner this way. And then it wouldn't fit where I needed it to fit. So he took a chunk out of the middle and put the 2 pieces together for me. And it just, I think this is going to be the perfect size table for doing this. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One more single. So that's 13, and then we're going to do 1 double. And then 2, 4, 6 singles. We're going to make sure that stays empty. So 1, 2. So you don't even have to count because it's just in the top of these doubles on this particular row. So that's 6. Then we're going to do 1 double. So now we're mirroring this side over here. And then 13, making sure we left that empty behind there. 13 singles, back loop only. Okay, then we want 1 double. See, we already messed up. All right, so I'm going to just pull out a couple of stitches. And when you make a mistake, this is a good good thing here. When you make a mistake and it's on the row below, you can just pull it out to where your mistake is, which would be right here. Okay, so I only wanted to have 3 double crochets left at the end, so I need to do a few more singles. Okay, so I messed up by 2, and then we're going to have 3 doubles on that row. So I should edit that out and redo that whole row, but I'm not going to, because people need to see nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes, and I, for one, make a lot. Okay, so I have a little, my tail's a little bit longer because I have less double crochets, but that's okay. All right, so now I can come back to my row that I was working on and have my 13 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and that's much better. Then we have our 1 double crochet, three singles, back loop, and then our ending stitch, with a regular double crochet and fasten off. Okay, now you should look like this. And we're going to go to row 7, back to color A, which is my pink. And then we're going to go double, single, 3 times. Double, single, double, single, double, single. So we start with a double, and then we do a single, back loop. Then we do a double, and a single, and then one more double. Okay, so I have my 3 doubles, and now we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 back loop only, single crochets, being sure to leave that one behind our double empty. So there's 1, 2, okay. We did 11, now we want 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, 1 single, and then 2 doubles. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do single, double, single, double. Okay, single, double, single, and a double. And then we need the same amount, 11 back loop only single crochets. Okay, so we want 11 of those, and then it's double, single, double, single, double. Okay, so double, single, double, single, one more double, and then our very last stitch is our border stitch. Okay, fasten off. And now you should look like this. I'll go back to color B, which is my black. Slip knot, fasten on, okay, and we're on row 8. In row 8, we're going to start with a single and alternate between a single and a double 3 times. Okay, so single, double, and a double. Okay, leave that one empty. And so now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 back loop only single crochets. So we did 1. We need 8 more. Okay, and that one makes 9. And we're going to do double single, double single, double. So we're going to start with the double, and we're going to alternate until we have 3 doubles. So we have 1 and then a single. 2 and then a single. 3. Okay, we had our 3 doubles. Now we want 2 singles. 1, 2. Then a double. And a single. And a double. And a single. And another double. Without splitting the yarn, of course. Okay, so we got our 3, and then we're going to need 9 single crochets, being sure to leave that empty spot behind there. That's 1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay, so now we're going to do a double and a single and a double and a single, one more double, and a single, and our border stitch, which is underneath both of those. Okay, and we fasten off. And that is the end of row 8. Okay, so for those of you who are new to Mosaic, on the back you are going to have these little pockets from where you did your drop down double crochets. And that's okay because it doesn't look bad. If you don't like it, there is a way to anchor your stitches, but you will use a whole lot more yarn. But if you have, say, like if your entire row was a double crochet, then you might occasionally want to anchor a stitch just to, that's personal preference, I guess. All right, so that was, you can always tell what row you're on by the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was row 8. We're going to start on row 9. We're going to make our slip knot and fasten on. In row 9, we're going to do double single 4 times. So we want to have 4 doubles, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 on either side of the previous rows, doubles there. Okay, so double and a single, and then our last double. Okay, so we had our 4 doubles. So what we're doing is we are we're forming these boxes here. Okay, and these, the black rows, those are our sides of our box. Now we want 7 single crochets, making sure to skip that space behind it. That should always be empty behind your double crochets. So 1 and 7, and then we're going to do a double and a single and a double and a single and a double and a single. Okay, and then 2 doubles. This is the middle, like that right there ends to where that's exactly the same. So then we start on the next one, and that's the beginning. So we have the 2 doubles, and now it rotates. We're going to go single, double, single, and double, single, and a double. Skipping that, leaving that empty behind there, and coming over to the next stitch. We're doing, I think it was 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, it is 7. Back loop only, single crochets, 2, 7. Then we want a double. And a single. And if you've noticed, your single ends up being on top of the double from the black row. And your double goes in between the black row's doubles. And then a single, and then a double, and a single, and a double, and we end with our border stitch and fasten off. And you should look like this now. Okay, give you a comparison. We're down here. Down here. Okay. So that was row 9. So row 10, we're going back to color B, which is black for me. Fasten on. And row 10, we start with a single, and we're going to do single double until we end up with 4 doubles. So we start with a single. That's 1 single. Well, I never. 1 double. And then a single, so we have 1 double, and this will be our 2nd double. And a single. This will be our 3rd double. And a single. And then our 4th double, which is what we were looking for. 4. And then 5 back loop only single crochets, making sure we leave that one empty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we do a double. Oh my goodness. Okay, single and a double and a single. Then we want a double and a single and a double and two singles, because we've reached the middle again, and then a double and a single and a double and a single and a double, single, and then one more double, and then 5 back loop only single crochets, we want a double and a single and a double and a single and another double and a single, one more double, a single, and a border stitch. Fasten off, and that was row 10. So you should look like this now. Okay, and it's time. Pause your video, take a little break, and do some finger stretches. And when we unpause, we'll be back for row 11 with color A, and we'll pick up where we left off. So hit that pause button. Okay, so I hope you had a good stretch. We are back for row, I forgot already, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, row 11. Okay, and we are on color A, which is my pink. And row 11 is going to start with a back loop only single crochet. And we're going to alternate between, I lied, row 11 starts with a double crochet. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong line on the chart. All right, so we're going to do double single until we end up with 3 doubles. There's my single. And my double. And a single. And a double. Okay, and then we're going to do, so we want to do double single, double single, double single, and double. Do it till you have 5 double crochets. Okay. Single, and here's our 5th double. Okay, and then it is 3 single back loop only single crochets. and then double, single, double, and a single, and a double, and a single, and a double, and then a single. Now 2 doubles, because we're in the middle. And then we're going to go single, double, and single, and a double, and a single, and a double, and a single, and a double. So we did single, double 4 times. Now we're going to do 3 back loop only single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, and then a double. And we're going to alternate double, single, until we get to the end of our row where we will make our border stitch. And fasten off. And you should look like this now. Okay. And attach it onto our work. Okay. And row 12 starts with a single. And you're going to rotate or alternate single, double all the way till you get to the middle. Okay, so single and then double. Here's our single, our double, our single, and our double. So your single goes on top of the pink double, and your double goes on top of the black double from the row below. When you get to the middle, it is 2 singles. And then we start alternating with the doubles and the singles again until we get to the end of the row. And then we will end our row with our border stitch. Okay, we ended our row with our border stitch. You fasten off, and we're going to change colors and move to row 13. Color A, which is my pink. Fasten on. Okay, so row 13 is starting with a double. And then a single. We're going to alternate until we get right here next to this little box. Okay, and a double. Okay, so I reached my box. Now I want to do 3 singles. So 1, 2, and 3. And that makes the little box in the center of the design there. And then we're going to go back to alternating doubles and singles. double. Okay, so we've made it to the center, and this time it's going to be 2 doubles. And then we're going to alternate single double until we get over here by the little box in the middle. So single, double, single, and double. Okay, so I'm there. I'm right next to my little box, and this is where we do 3 back loop only singles. Then we're going to do a double and a single and a double and a single, double, single, double, single, and our last stitch before our border stitch is a double. And we do our border stitch and fasten off, and then we're ready to start on row 14. You should look like this now. Let's fasten on. We're going to do a single and a double. And a single and a double. You know, I like black, but it's so hard to see the stitches. Okay, so single and a double and a single. So we did that 4 times. Now we need 5 back loop only single crochets. So we did 1. Here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we go back into our double single alternating pattern. Double, single, double, and single, and a double, single, double, and then 2 singles, and then back to alternating double single. Now we want 5 singles, back loop only, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then a double, and a single, and a double. So you end the row with a single and your border stitch, and fasten off, and we're ready for row 15. So, sitting here doing that and thinking about it, we might not have to do 2 parts because the top part is the same as the bottom part. You're just repeating from down here. So we'll just do the first half, and then you repeat what you do on this part to do the top half to end up with like a tile. So I will get you to here, and then you just repeat up here, which you did down here. Okay, so back to color A. We're going to fasten on. We start with a double. And then a single. And then a double. We're alternating singles and doubles. And we're going to do that to where we have 4 doubles. So one more single, one more double. Okay, and then we're going to do back loop only single crochets all the way over to here. So that, and then a double and a single and a double and a single, then a double, single. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, 2 doubles, and a single. We're alternating singles and doubles. Okay, this will be our last double. And then we're going to do 7 back loop only singles. So 1 and 7. And then back to alternating doubles and singles. Double, single, double, and a single. Our last stitch is a double, and then our border stitch, and fasten off. Okay, so you should look like this now. We're going to be moving on to row 16. Okay, we're going to start with a single and alternate between singles and doubles until we have 3 doubles. So this time the single's in the pink, the double is in the black. Okay, so we need one more double here. And then we're going to do single crochets from this one all the way over to this one. So that's 9 back loop only single crochets. Now we alternate double, single. Split my yarn. Then a single and double. And a single. Double, 2 singles, alternating between doubles and singles. This is the last double. Now we're going to do 9 singles and then alternating between doubles and singles again. And the last stitch is a single and then our border stitch. And fasten off. And this is how you should be looking now. It's looking pretty good. These color choices are way better than the ones I tried at first. Way better. All right, it's row 17. Going back to color A, which is my pink. And fasten on. And it looks like we're starting with the double. And we're going to do alternate between singles and doubles until we have 3 doubles. So that was 1. This is 2. And then a single. And this is 3. And we want to do back loop only singles from this post all the way over to this post. 7 back loop only single crochets. Okay, and then we're back to alternating double and single. We're going to do that twice. Okay, then we want my hair clip was pulling on my hair. Then we want 2 doubles. It's 1 and 2, and then we're going to alternate again, singles and doubles. Okay, and then we want all single, back loop only, and 11, and then a double. Single, double, single, and a double. That's our last stitch for the pattern, and then our border stitch. To fasten on. And this row is fairly simple. We're going to do 3 singles. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 singles, and then a double. And then we're going to do singles all the way across until you get over to here. So it's 13, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 13 back loop only single crochets. So that's 13. Then a double. And 6 back loop only singles. Then a double. and then singles all the way over to here, 13 of them. 12, 13, and a double, then a single, and a single, and a single. So 3 singles, and then your border stitch and fasten off. So this is how you should be looking now. Row 19, we're going to fasten on. If I could see it. Okay. And this row starts with 3 doubles. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do back loop only single crochets from this to this double. So this one should be 15. Yep, 15. And then 6 doubles. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to leave this empty back there. And we're going to do 15 back loop only single crochets from this bar over to this bar. Oops. See? I'm not listening to myself. Okay, so then we're going to end the row with 3 doubles. If you don't pay attention, you could get carried away. It's 2 and 3 and a border stitch. Okay, that's how we look now. Moving on to row 20. Easy peasy. Row 20 is going to be all back loop single crochets with the exception of your 2 border stitches. So you just go all the way across. You don't have to count. This is a fun row because it's mindless. We don't have to think. Okay, then the very last stitch is your border stitch. Fasten off, and that was row 20. Easy peasy, row 20. This is how you're looking. Okay, row 21, we're back to color A, which is my pink. And we're going to start the row with 5 double crochets once we get fastened on. Five double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Gotta make sure we leave our 5 empty stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna do 11 back loop only single crochets. So that's 2 and 11. and then it is 10 double crochets, 1, okay, so 10, and then 11 back loop only singles, okay, and then you should have enough space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I messed up. Trying to make sure that I left my spaces, and I went over too many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's why you gotta count. Like I said, one stitch will throw the whole pattern off. 4, 5. Okay, so we end up the row with 5 double crochets after we fixed our mistake. Counting is your friend. Saves you a lot of work in the long run. Okay, border stitch, fasten off, snip. That is basically the whole pattern. So rows 22 and 23, you're going to do a whole row of back loop single crochet with the black, and then you're going to come in with your color A, which in my case is color pink, and you're going to do a whole row of double crochet with the pink to cover it up. So it would look, you'd have this separating the two patterns, the two sets. And it forms this nice little piece here. And if you, here there's one, so when you went up another row, it would still have this piece in it. Each corner has it. So like when you start, you go wider with it, you're going to have those little pieces just like this. And it fits together kind of like a ceramic tile. So I really don't think you need to see me do another whole row of back loop only single crochet and then another whole row of just double crochet. That's pretty simple. So once you do that, rows 22 and 23, single crochet, double crochet, then you would start over with row 3. And you can go back to the beginning of the video to row 3 if you didn't write it down as you went, or you can just kind of look at your pattern here and say, okay, well, I had 5 doubles, so I'm going to start with 5 doubles, and then count how many singles you had, and that's how many singles, and just go from there. So, but this is my chart that I made, and I got my boo-boos on this row right here that I'll have to fix because I don't have a tester. I'm my designer, tester, crocheter, all in one. And it all takes a lot of time. And it's all trial and error. And we all learn. And we all make mistakes. And that's how we learn, is by making our mistakes. Anyhow, enough of that rant. I thank you very, very much, ever so much, for sticking with me and watching this whole video. And let me zoom out just a little. See, oops, that's in. Yeah, you got the whole thing in there now. Yeah, I was saying, thank you so much for sticking with me and working through this pattern with me. The Mosaic crochet really is fun. You just have to pay attention. You can come up with some really cool designs. And if you hang on just a second, I'll show you the one I am most proud of. Yeah. So it just, you can't really see the whole thing on here. Let's see if I can zoom out a little more. That's a little better. But I love this. I love my color choices that I made in this. It was a little bit more complicated to make, but once I got in the swing of things, I was on it. But I printed out some graph paper and started shading in, and just had to keep in mind that everything's done in odd numbers. It has to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, however. And I just started shading in a pattern, and I kept going, and I said, okay, let me try it. And this is how it came out, and I absolutely love it. So if you wanted to see how to do this one would require a lot of patience and probably several parts. Anyhow, this is what we worked on today. Thank you again, and we will see you in the next video.